refers to interception and monitoring of real-time conversations by a third party, named from actual electrical tape once required on a telephone line. Wiretapping in the context of criminal law involves a government agency, either the feds or the state, engaging in what's known as lawful interception. Wiretapping mostly commonly involves the interception of phone conversations. Almost 85% of all federal wiretapping cases in 2016 involved phones, according to federal records. But it can and has been used for internet and email correspondence, with varying degrees of success depending on the new types of encryption and messaging applications used today.
Wiretaps and privacy. The most common misconception about wiretaps is that the government can legally intercept whatever communications it wants. That simply isn't true. Given the primary place on privacy, the use of wiretapping is strictly controlled and regulated. Wiretapping is intended to serve as a type of last resort in criminal investigations, and their interceptions and continued use requires approval from a judge, and within the limitations of the law. Investigators and prosecutors have provided ample evidence regarding the investigation steps they've exhausted and effectively argue that the only available option left is illegal interception of private conversations. Typically, they'll point a fruitless guard jury to and poll cameras and information or corporatively witnesses with speaking approval from the court.
Wiretaps in federal criminal cases. When wiretaps result in a criminal indictment, there might be options. Wiretaps, just like other forms of evidence obtained in a criminal investigation, must be secured and in accordance with special rules and procedures. When they're not, there may be room to argue that the federal authorities failed to exhaust other available investigative resources, essentially taking an unlawful shortcut, violated constitutional protections against unlawful searches and seizures, or used wiretaps outside the limited scope permitted by law and the circumstantial facts, which could result in evidence obtained through those wiretaps being suppressed or thrown out of the case. Effectively arguing this point or challenging the use of wiretaps on other bases requires the keen insight of proven defense attorneys with extensive knowledge of federal investigation, case law, and ways to ensure the government doesn't overstep its bounds. We will then proceed to our skit. The setting. Two little old ladies, one named Eleanor Cornelia and the other named Dorothea Maleficent, sitting talking at a switchboard table.
The plot. Eleanor Cornelia and Dorothy Maleficent are known as the gossip ladies of the little town of Youngstown, Ohio. One morning, as they sit gossiping and listening to phone calls as usual, Eleanor listens to a particular phone call that caught her off guard. The phone call was talking about how there will be a plane hacking which will hit the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and the north and south towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. They then began pondering how to report this phone call, since no one takes them seriously because they are the town's busybodies. After the matter was solved, they were named heroes for what they did. But how would you feel if somebody was listening to your phone calls?
Now, Dorothea, did you hear about the baby?
You mean the one Claire's daughter is having?
Yes, and she's not even married.
I heard it was a hookup with some fella from Charleston, and to top that, he was twice her age.
No, you're joking.
No, ma'am, I'm not.
No.
Oh, let me get that. Hello, this is Dorothy? Yes, sir. It's Graham wanting to speak to his divorced wife, Catherine. I wonder what's going on here.
Oh, hello, this is Eleanor. Sorry, sir. The Reverend is out of town. Yes, sir. Have a good rest of your day. Hey, what's going on? Anything good?
Oh my. Yes. Catherine just told him she's having his kid and he's trying to get back with her, but she's not letting him. She refuses.
Hello, this is Eleanor. Yes, sir, I can. Dorothea, hang up now.
This better be good because Catherine just told Graham she loved him. What is wrong?
The phone call I was just on listening to saying something about how there will be a plane hijacking which will hit the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and the north and south towers of the World Trade Center in New York. What on earth do we do?
Well, let's tell the sheriff. Hey, Sheriff Smith, it's Dorothy speaking, and I have Eleanor here with me, and we would like to report the phone call Eleanor was just listening to. It was something saying about that there will be a plane hacking which will hit the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and the north and south towers of the World Trade Center in New York City.
What did he say?
He didn't believe us. He said we were gossip ladies and we were pulling his leg.
I can't believe that he would say that. We're just pulling his leg when it's an actual issue that could impact the world. You need to call him back, Dorothea.
Sheriff, I just spoke to you on the phone, and this is going to be a terrifying event that many people are going to lose their lives to their families if you don't take something seriously.
Please take us seriously. Many cops need to be located at the Pentagon in Arlington and in New York at the Twin Towers.
Ladies, I have contacted the police, and they should be arriving at the two locations within 5 minutes.
Thank you so much for finally taking us seriously. We thank you for protecting all American citizens.
Eleanor, great job. Great job. We stopped the event before it even took place. I'm so glad we took action right away before it impacted the world negatively.
But maybe we should stop listening to other people's phone calls because that was scary and the sheriff didn't believe us. We want people to actually believe us. How would you feel if people were listening to your phone calls? This is our opinions on federal wiretapping.
My opinion on federal wiretapping is that in some cases it's necessary to listen to other people's phone calls because just like in our skit, life-altering things could have happened if Eleanor was not listening into that particular phone call. However, do I believe that the government should record and listen to our everyday conversations? No. I feel like that would be a violation to our rights to privacy. Also, if the government was to record and listen to our everyday conversations, then they would be no better than the little boy who cried wolf if something were to actually be suspicious. If the government was suspicious of one's phone calls, I feel for the safety of all American citizens that their phone calls be taken under observation and the person would be questioned. This is truly what the government should be doing to protect American citizens.
My opinion on federal wiretapping is that it is very essential if you know that somebody is doing something illegal and the government chooses to listen to what they were planning to do. For example, the whole college admission scandal that happened, when Rick Singer was backdooring all of the kids of major celebrities into big league colleges, saying that they were being recruited for sports, while none of the kids were being recruited for sports at all. They were paying Rick Singer to get their kids into dream colleges, which the parents knew was illegal from the get-go. In that case, I think it's essential for federal wiretapping to be illegal, but I don't think it should be legal for the government to tap into our phone to listen to our normal conversations to see what we're talking about. The only time that the government should pursue action is when they are suspicious about what is being said or the lifestyle that one may have. That is my personal opinion on federal wiretapping.